Packaging, an overlooked art form that's utilized every day. It's an art form to build a bridge between loved ones, owners to consumers, and businesses to businesses. I have an appreciation for this art form because I am also a business owner. I have an admiration for the art form, the time that's utilized, the research that's put into packaging. And I didn't realize how tedious and thought out the art form is, mixed with all the history that comes behind it.
So we're going to start on our back. We're going to be doing a little bit of core work here, so just come to lay down first. And you can rest one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Let's just take a breath or two.
One of the most beautiful packaging that I've seen is by this company called Backbone Branding. The actual name of the wine with the Greek symbol is philosophy, which is a play on philosophy, and it's out of Armenia. It's a play on Plato's Symposium, which symposium means a gathering, the intellectual conversations of people conversing over wine. I think it also strikes a chord with me because of my study of Stoicism and getting a deeper understanding of the different philosophers. The company stated, through our design, we wanted to travel inside the mind of the philosopher. Our goal was to explore the journey that a thinker goes through during the development process of a thought. Hence, we wanted to depict and visualize the different stages of the evolution of an idea, the consecutive steps during which the idea develops and comes to maturity are visually exteriorized through expressions and emotions on a thinker's face. And if I were to hold on to this wine, this is not something that I would casually drink or drink every day. I would drink this when I'm having gatherings, which is a reflecting of the symposium. In my gathering of symposium, or my symposium per se, I would have more of the building blocks of conversation with creativity, especially with those that I bond with. We build off of one another. We get inspired by another, more creative conversations, and that's the progress of a thinker's mind, a group of innovators together. Or even in my mind, when I need to look in or be in a creative state, it is an amount of steps that I take to build on an idea or a theory or a thought. And I just believe that reflects the purpose of this wine. The imagery of Plato with the sophistication of the typography just makes it even better, with the gold just showing luxury. Just genius. Packaging is broken down into a few categories, such as materials, typography, personalization, how a product is packaged, transparency, shapes, and perhaps my favorite, colors. With color, it varies from culture to culture. In Western culture, we use warmer tones such as red and orange to invoke passion. The color blue, like Tiffany's, they like to promote calmness and tranquility. In other cultures, such as China, white is used for mourning and death. Red to promote prosperity and wealth, gold to display luxury. India used red, gold, and green, which symbolize prosperity, success, and happiness. My business, I would consider it more innovative because I love trying new things while sustaining the earth at the same time. My packaging is more eco-friendly. I use materials such as craft paper and honeycomb paper to convey a story. I include information of what I call an infographic. I'm completely transparent with my customers. And also, they know how the herbs are used and the benefits behind them. As I use infographics to provide information, other companies such as Coca-Cola use personalized labels with names. So there's different ways that we can convey through an art form with packaging to customers, whether if it's inclusivity, such as Fenty Beauty, Tiffany with the color blue, or the personalization with Coca-Cola. We all have our individual aspects to make our products into an art form. Tsutsumu was and still is an ancient practice birthed from other cultures that overlapped each other. It first began in 3 BC when rice migrated to Japan. The straws from the rice showed sturdiness and stability, and that was first set to wrap food such as yellowtail. Tsutsumu also incorporated clay and pottery, aged vine, and of course bamboo. Bamboo was reflecting of the vitality of nature into the craftsmanship. The tree itself represents ki, which is similar to kimochi. When you translate kimochi, it means feeling, mood, etc. Or kiroku, which translates to spirit or energy. The vitality of the bamboo and the beauty of its color reflected in the packaging. Nature, in this case, with this ancient art technique, showed that in its severity, it is an ally more than an enemy. The craftsman used nature as a teacher on how to utilize itself into the world. Tsutsumu requires meditation, time to wrap and carve the spirit of the craft and the craftsmen behind the art practice. This practice was so innovative that its art became a display in the 1970s book called Tsutsumu, The Art of Japanese Packaging, created by Hideyuki Oka. He had a specific interest in this ancient style. He produced this book because he saw the aesthetic consciousness behind this art form named Tsutsumu. And in that book, I admired the art form, the craftsmanship, the time and patience behind this practice. Tsutsumu represents a flow of energy, in my opinion, a flow of exchange through earth, which is an art piece within itself, but it's breaking itself down into smaller forms, which makes it an art project. And I believe with that art project that earth creates flow into the receiver, and it creates a different chain reaction of emotions, and it's just passed back and forth, given back to the earth. So I think Tsutsumu is definitely an unconscious state of rhythm and flow that's honored and highlighted. It feels as if I'm observing the layers of humanity from the art of Tsutsumu. And as I was pouring my water a few minutes ago, I thought of myself as a book, and the next person as a book. There's pages and chapters, and as we dig deeper, there's a deeper depth of layers beyond us. We are pieces of this universe. Our story, our chapter is going to birth another book as that book continues to multiply into various books that adds on to the stream of consciousness, of flow, which we are. Pieces of consciousness that keeps the earth flow, mother, father, spirit, God, on and on and on. It's like a spiral I'm seeing. In this spiral, I see pieces of God that I can never form as one being. It's like a imperfect puzzle that's never meant to be pieced as a project. We will never have access, in my opinion, to one. We learn through all, and we become part of all. It's very hard to explain, but with Tsutsumu and editing and learning more about this practice make me to look outside as part of nature, as being in my consciousness, my conscious body. I was the sender and the recipient. On an article titled Exploring Tsutsumu, a new exhibition in Tokyo reframes the Japanese way of wrapping anything, Yoshiaki Irobi looked at Tsutsumu as the universal care of consciousness in our surroundings. He stated, "We wanted to examine what role each act of Tsutsumu plays, what consideration lies within that act, and explore the potential of Tsutsumu to connect the inside and outside, and as a designer, eventually implement Tsutsumu as a means to make the world more inclusive and caring." I can go on and on about Tsutsumu, but I just thought the beauty and the vitality behind this ancient art form really brought more into life and inspired me to talk about the art of packaging. Outside of human to human packaging and gifting, we also use it in the spiritual realm. We gift to our ancestors, we make offerings, we honor different deities or gods, however that a person may convey their story, their human experience. We may honor with a candle as a thank you, or we may bury to the crossroads. In Japan, at the Shinto festivals, the participants wrap things in paper. The white paper is called washi, which is defined as traditional handmade paper, as the color white is symbolized as in memoriam at this festival. It is used as a medium to connect with the divine. Packaging is an experience that I love and other people love, but not acknowledged. Packaging represents the universal message of flow, unconscious energy that's noticed today. I'm very grateful to learn from all the history and connecting deeply with nature in this experience. I got to understand different ways to flow. Flow is in nature. It's a cycle. And this topic was a challenge of my authentic self. This was a topic that struck me to the core to talk about. It's very unusual, and it was a challenge to piece this all together. Because of this video, now I'm in flow. It's an experience when you're going through reading all of the information that's given to you as a consumer, and the excitement and the emotions behind it once you're satisfied with what you have. As a small business owner, I love to meditate and problem solve because of this practice. And it's always a gift that keeps on giving, and it's an art form that will never end. It's like a security of love being transported in all forms.
Well, simply Crypticus Oils is just a representation of who I am. At first, Crypticus Oils was going to be minimalistic, but that's more challenging than me coming up with nothing out of thin air. When you see me create, I'm happy. When I'm not creating, I am not happy. even if I had 1,000 customers tomorrow and went minimalistic, I would not be satisfied. I would probably shut down Crypticus Oils in a heartbeat. Creating is my safe space, my happy space. I guess my art parents taught me well, and the customers get to see exactly what is Crypticus Oils, who is Essence, while taking in information. I want them to say, wow, if I'm not gonna buy it, I just want to at least look at the art and appreciate it. And I'm happy for it.